Welcome to the Italian Football Podcast.
So they hit Ajax for 6. This Napoli team at the moment is absolutely unstoppable. They've scored 6 goals in this game. They could have scored 12. And I'm not exaggerating. They had so many chances. They hit the woodwork. They missed sitters. The keeper made saves he shouldn't have made. I mean, they were just unstoppable. They just cut through Ajax. And this is Ajax. So okay, they've been weakened quite a lot over the summer. They've lost a lot. They've lost some big players to Man United, Anthony, Lisandro Martinez, and they've lost other players. But to do this, in Amsterdam, and again, I have to say,
it's the first time
everyone was fantastic
in history.
Everyone was fantastic. I mean, if I had to pick out 3, Raspadori is on fire, 2 goals and assist. He's now got 6 goals in the last month. We saw him for Italy, how well he did for them, but even for Napoli now, he's doing it in the Champions League. 3 goals in the Champions League. Kvaratskhelia, again, just unplayable. Goal and assist. I mean, he was beating his man. He was cutting him from the left, curling in shots. Anguissa, again, incredible. Dominated midfield, 2 assists. He's now got the second most assists in the competition this season. Like we were saying on the last episode, he's becoming one of the most complete players anywhere, really. Yeah. And now that's 7 wins in a row for Napoli. For me, they've been the best team in the Champions League so far this season. I think you've probably got City and Bayern Munich probably competing with them, but they've scored the most goals in the competition, 13. They've got a difficult group, and they've battered all the teams they played against. So the question is now, really. I mean, I think qualification is pretty much done now. I mean, they'll need to have one of the biggest collapses ever not to qualify. But, for me, they can win the group now. They just need to beat Ajax and Rangers at home. Then all they need to do is avoid a 3-goal defeat by Liverpool at Anfield. And they win the group, which gives them a good chance of a good draw in the last 16. So, I mean, I think they've definitely got a good chance of getting to the quarters. And then if they can maintain their form, who knows? I mean, how far do you think that they can go?
I think Napoli. Look, before the season, I said that I think this is of all the Italian teams, they have the best chance to win their group, and I think they will win their group. They have to win their group, and I think I agree with everything you said about them being the best team, best performers so far in the Champions League, and I think the favourites are obviously City, Bayern in a league of their own, and then PSG. But I have Napoli as a dark horse to win the tournament. I still think a quarterfinal is what I demand and can reasonably ask of them. I think they're definitely good enough to get to the quarterfinals. But then it's about the draw and form and how the form is in April, May, March, February, whenever the games are. So it's a quarterfinal minimum for me. Then anything goes. Anything, it's a knockout tournament, isn't it? It's about form, like I said, it's about form, which are injuries, all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for me, they've got a great squad as well. I mean, they've got such depth in the attack. I've said it. They've got 6 players for the 3 positions in attack who most clubs in Europe, even the bigger clubs, would really be envious of. There's so much quality and so many goals and so much creativity there. Even in midfield, they've got good options in midfield. I mean, Ndombele is starting to pick it up a little bit now. But, they're also, what's one thing that we haven't mentioned, we've been we've praised Spalletti, how well he's done. But one thing I've noticed is Napoli, especially during this recent winning run, they've been scoring so many goals in the first half and taking the game away from the opponent so early that it's allowed Spalletti to rest players in the second half. And he's been taking players off very early, even at half time. And even against Liverpool, remember, he was taking players off on 55, 56 minutes, and
which is the intelligent thing to do when you're in that position.
It's keeping everyone fresh. Yeah. It's giving everyone minutes. That will help them. Definitely help them during this very, very hectic period before the World Cup, where it's just ridiculous. It's almost inhumane, the number of games that have been playing. But it also, later on in the season, that will certainly help them, notwithstanding the rest that they're going to get during the World Cup, in which there's actually not many Napoli players playing at the World Cup, certainly compared to other teams in Italy and in the Champions League as well. So, I mean, Napoli are really well placed. They're obviously not going to maintain this ridiculous run they're on and how many goals they're scoring and how well everyone's playing. Of course they're not. It's unsustainable for any team in Europe. But I mean, it's beautiful to watch. They're the team I enjoy watching most.
No.
Every year, I have a team in Italy that I love watching. It was Atalanta 2 or 3 years ago. Then for a while, it was Sassuolo. Now it's Napoli. They're the team.
Napoli, by far, I mean, they do play the best football in Italy. There's no doubt about that. And they're solid defensively. I mean, unlike Gasperini's Atalanta, who they leaked and hemorrhaged chances, this Napoli team doesn't do that. They're a well-balanced team. And they have, Spalletti's not stupid. He understands that this is the best team he's probably ever coached, the most adapted group of, tactically, individually, technically to his kind of football, and he's coaching them, and he's never been better, Spalletti, than he is right now. And I think the fact that, look, it's Ajax are European football aristocracy, and it's the first time that they conceded, I think, 5 goals at home in a European game. Yeah. I mean, that's just mad. I mean, they're just ripping teams apart. And I know that this isn't the Ajax of the 70s with Cruyff and them. I get that. But still, so many years have come and gone, and no one's demolished Ajax at away the way that Napoli have. And they went a goal down, didn't they? I mean, Ajax opened the scoring. I mean, this is the thing. Napoli just have that zest about them where they're going to score at least 2-3 goals each game. So no, I'm incredibly impressed, and I had them as a team, the Italian team with the best chance to win their group, and the Italian team that will go furthest in Europe, and I stick by that. I think they'll get to a minimum a quarterfinal, but I do have them now as my dark horse to win the tournament. Yeah, not the favourites by any stretch of the imagination. That's still City, Bayern, and PSG in that order, but dark horse for sure.
Listen to the full show and all other episodes by going to patreon.com/TIFP and become a member for only $2.99 per month.